What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Make It Happen Monday. I'm Michael Oakes, and with me, as always, is my best friend and business partner, Paul Rodriguez. Paul, how we doing today, brother?
I'm feeling really immersed, brother. Really blessed.
I love it. That might have a little connection to what we're talking about today. So we're going to give a little recap of our Boston Owners Club immersion, the second immersion that we had. So we'll just kick things off right away. Paul, give us a brief overview of what happened and the purpose of the Boston immersion event. What did we do there, brother?
Yeah, so this is part of our mastermind that we join. Pace Morby, Jamil Damji, Jerry Norton, all these prolific figures inside the real estate investing space. They developed a mastermind that is supposed to be all about becoming the best version of yourself, right? As a person, as an investor, whatever it looks like, just being an owner, right? And so the overarching theme is that you need to be able to have your business run without you. That's like the whole idea or premise of being an owner. So there's a lot of things that go into that. And I think that they do a really great job of unpacking it for us and kind of giving us an idea what it looks like. And it's basically broken up into like 3 or 4 things. It's like networking, education, and then how to structure your deals, right? If you can kind of master those 3 things, everything else just kind of falls into place. So I would say the main focus that for this Boston immersion was the networking piece, right? Like in previous masterminds, it was always about like, here's the structure, here's what you guys need to do in your business, here's some resources. But for a lot of this immersion, it was just kind of like, hey, what do you have to offer to other people? And then what do you need in your business, right? So you're leading with value. Hey, this is what I can offer you, and this is what I need. And we had a ton of opportunities to just network with, 300-400 other individuals that are at the highest level in whatever space they're in. And so that was huge for me. And Mike, I know you're an education guy. That was something that was really drilled into us. We had a bunch of breakout rooms. What was the best piece of the education for you?
So I really liked what Carson was talking about, who does a lot of the copywriting and kind of the email blasts that you'll see from Pace Morby. Really learning how they will go and write everything and use ChatGPT to help write those. So that way it gives you like a professional and expert, like body copy, subject line, and then a good call to action that really is engaging and can help people get driven to your media and anything that you might have to offer them. So that's something that I really loved. Of course, anything that Pace and Jamil do, I'm going to be all over that. So I spent some time when we had the breakout room sessions in the wholesale and the personal branding. I wanted to hit all of the rooms, but unfortunately time did not allow us to do that. But yeah, it was really great to see how they kind of they open that curtain a little bit more for us than they normally do. So it was really cool. And the networking is always one of my favorite parts. Just getting out there and meeting everybody in our community is something that I love doing. I'm a people person, as yourself, just like yourself, Paul. So it was fun to get out there and meet even more people that can confidently say that I don't know half of the people in Owners Club or the Owners Club group. So it's exciting to just, break bread with new people, figure out how we can help each other and really drive the ball forward for all of us. So what about you, Paul? Anything that in the breakout rooms that really stood out to you, or anything that you still think about every single day since we've left?
Yeah. So first of all, just I learned so much about what it takes to be successful while we were there that was kind of outside of the education that they had planned, right? And what I mean by that is I thought that the whole point of education at one point in my life was so that I can just be smart, right? And then I can make decisions and I can figure out a path forward that makes sense for myself and my family and friends. And what I learned over this immersion or these few immersions that we've had is that it's not about that. It's not about me making the decisions. It's about finding somebody who has what you want at a high level and then just copying everything they do. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to, be the next best thing. You have to go to somebody who's successful and model their business and create a step-by-step plan on how you're going to model your business just after theirs, or to be very similar to theirs. So that was kind of like an epiphany, like an aha moment that I had, right? And when I was talking about this, I was talking to a few of our friends, and I brought it up to Dana Jones, the mogul, our very good friend. And he said that for him, it's like being, like, he made the comparison, and stick with me here. He made the comparison to a serial killer, right? A serial killer does the same thing over and over and over again because it works, right? They get away with doing it multiple times because it works, right? And being an entrepreneur is the same thing. You have to be systematized on how you follow everything and then just do it over and over and over and over again. And eventually you get to a point where you're a serial entrepreneur, right? You go after, you find these people that are successful, you model a business just after theirs. Maybe you pay them for a mentorship so you can have one-on-one access to them. You can ask them questions. They can say, hey, I'm going to pull the curtain back for you a little bit, as Mike said, and show you everything that I don't show on YouTube, right? And so that was the biggest piece of education for me. So I was able to sit down. I was able to listen to people that are, buying these huge multifamily deals, or they're doing co-living, right? And they're helping people in a transitional housing type of situation. And it just motivated me, because I know now that moving forward, if that's something that Mike and I want to invest in, we have people that are already doing it and doing it at a high level. So that I was so excited about that, just like learning that I don't have to reinvent the wheel and that I can just do it how other people are doing it and just work really hard at it.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes a lot of the guesswork and a lot of the effort out of it. You just have to copy and paste and just keep running with it. But we'll kind of switch a little bit, not too much, but Paul, what, besides just like the lessons and the stuff that we learned, what was like something besides that you enjoyed, like another takeaway? Like, we were just in Boston, hanging out with the guys or filming a couple of the podcasts. What would you say non-learning was your favorite part?
Non-learning, I would say my favorite part is that when I'm in a room with you guys for those immersions, for those masterminds, for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm in the right room. I feel like the people that I'm around with, they're all genuine. They all want to help. They all want to figure out a plan that works for everybody. They always want to figure out a way that we can always break bread and eat together, right? And that was like my favorite part, because throughout my life, I always felt like I was in the wrong room, right? I felt like I was a walking contradiction, like I was moving afflicted everywhere I went. It was like death by 1,000 paper cuts, right? Like, I'm always thinking, hey, how can I better my family's life? How can I, be the best man that I can be? And I feel like a lot of those rooms that I was in previously, they're thinking about something totally different. They're thinking about, oh, what bar are we going to tonight? This is the vacation I want to go on. And when you're around those types of people and you're not that kind of person, it drains you, right? Like, as Tim Story says, it takes away your shout, right? The unique qualities about you that make you you. You become watered down and you become a product of your environment. And if you don't want to be like those people, you have to remove yourself from that situation. So my favorite part was getting in a room with absolute genuine people that were doing business at a high level and just being able to bounce ideas off each other, right? Like we're talking about, hey, we just hired an operator in our business. What's the pros and cons that you guys have seen for revenue share versus profit share? things like that, like little conversations that you can't have with your buddies on Xbox, or your friends that you go do yoga with. Like, typically those just aren't conversations that you have. So when you're able to talk at that high level and to bounce ideas off of people that are doing what you want to do, it was like everything to me. I felt like I was in the right place at the right time, and I felt that sense of community. Like I felt like we were a pack. And I know that might sound kind of crazy, but it's like, it's so true. It motivated the crap out of me, and I'm just like, I'm ready to run through a wall at any point when I talk to these people.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same way about that. And just being able to get out and see the city. Like, they gave us a bunch of time to be able to like actually go explore. Because I haven't been to Boston since I was probably like 14. So it was nice to be back, see the city. It was a little chilly, obviously. It was November in Boston, or October in Boston, right at Halloween. So it was pretty brisk. But we had a great time. We got a really cool locations that we got to shoot the podcast at, thanks to our buddy Ali. And we really just kind of made it our home for a couple of days. That we honestly, as a group, took that city over, and I would have been very scared to be living in that city and seeing all the green, these hoodies running around everywhere. But we even went trick-or-treating up there in Boston, which I plan on taking my kids one day up there once I have them, so they can experience that. Oh, it's so I've never seen anything like it, and we've seen some pretty cool trick-or-treating spots growing up in Pittsburgh. So it was really fun, memorable time that will stick with me forever. And I'm lucky enough to be able to two of my best friends, one high school, one college. Our fantastic director of media, Ryan Lloyd, made the trip with us and really killed it out there during all the podcast filming. It was a one-man show, and he ran that show like a champion. So we appreciate him. And guys, show Ryan some love, like this video, comment down there, subscribe, show him that you like what he's doing, because we love it. So we want people to show him that he's killing it, and we're making the right content for you guys to really move that ball forward in your own business. And we're here to help. So however we can help you, reach out to us. I'm Mike's REI Roots on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Paul's Investing on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So reach out to us. You can even find us on LinkedIn with our normal names. So it doesn't matter how, just reach out to us. Send us a DM. We'll reach out. If not that day, the next day, we'll get to it. We got a lot of people reaching out to us. So just bear with us, but we'll get to you. Because we want to help out as many people as we can, veterans or others, that want to either learn real estate or, be able to invest themselves, or find out different ways that make sense for them to invest in real estate. Excuse me. But one story that I kind of have to talk about is just what happened in that wholesale room. Because I spent most of my time in that breakout room. The way Jamil and Austin, and even Caroline Kane, were able to take people's businesses right in front of us that they were doing wholesaling, and were able to completely flip that on its head and make them see like, wow, I'm really not being as effective as I could be, and I should really be putting my efforts towards this instead of this, which a lot of it was people doing door knocking that Jamil just does not like it. And I don't blame him. It can work, like it can be a very effective way, but it takes the most time to do. So you really lose your opportunity costs on that, and you're losing gas, time with the family, whatever else. But it can be very effective when you're starting out. So if that's the way that you need to learn, to just start knocking on doors, breaking down that layer of anxiety that you have when you're waiting for that homeowner to open up the door, that's just one thing that you might have to do. But cold calling, any of the other way, sending out direct mail, all of them work as long as you are consistent with them and you're effective with it. But it's really amazing what they're able to teach us, because these guys are the best in the business, and they've done it for years and years and years. But Paul, what would be a good story of yours that you want to talk about that kind of stood out to you in either the breakout rooms, the learning sessions, or what What's it for you?
I have a secret for you guys, okay? And I'm going to tell you this secret, and it has to stay here. It has to stay between friends, all right? So
you know what that means, folks. You better have a pen and a paper out right now, ready to write this down.
You gotta write this down. Okay. We're a part of a community full of what we like to call go-givers, okay? Jamil Damji is one of the biggest go-givers that I've ever met in my entire life. He's willing to give you the shirt off of his back to ensure that you're a success. With that being said, if you guys are ever in a scenario where you're talking to an agent or you're talking to a seller and they say, I don't know you. You don't have any credibility. I'm the one with the house. You need to abide by my negotiation, blah, 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 blah. Who are you? They question you a lot, right? And as a new person, a lot of people just kind of get flustered and they get defensive, or maybe they just hang up entirely and they just don't even try to, respond to the objection, right? And the secret sauce to that objection that we found is that if you have a mentor like Jamil Damji and they question your validity, all you have to say is, my buyer is Jamil Damji. Do you know who that is? They say yes. They say no. They say, okay, Google his name. I'll spell it for you. Spell out his name. And they say, I'll wait. Put the agent, put the seller on speaker, and let them go to Google. And and this isn't just for Jamil Damji, right? This is for whoever your mentor is in whatever field you're in. So it could not even be real estate. It could be something totally different, right? So if I'm in healthcare, right? This is my boss. Go look up their name. I'll wait. Like, that's a power move. It changes the dynamic in the negotiation. So once you're able to do that, they look up Jamil Damji, they see his credibility, they see him on the TV shows and doing all the big things. Then the conversation changes from who are you to, oh, well, this is a great property and you should buy it for this reason, right? Then the seller starts talking, or the agent starts trying to tell you why you should buy this because it's such a great deal and this and that. Whereas before, 2 seconds ago, they were like, I don't even know you, bro. I don't want to work with you. I don't know you. And now they're selling it to you. Secret sauce.
Exactly. Yeah. And I actually had a call that happened the other day, that I told them that literally I'll send you over a credibility packet. I have my capital partner, or, my buyer, Jamil, that I have their information and all their credibility. So send that over. But here's the thing, folks. They have to actually be your mentor. Okay? Like, that's a big thing that Paul mentioned. Like, you can't just go firing out Pace and Jamil's stuff if you don't have the actual right to do it, because that's fraud. So we've seen that before, that somebody's done that, and we've actually reached out to Pace's team when it happened. So don't go around saying that they're your buyer or capital partner if they actually are not. So just keep that in mind. Lucky enough for us, over the 2 years we've been in business, we were able to join this amazing community, which literally made us partners with Jamil and Pace. And I think Jerry's honestly included in that too, to be honest, with how much he shows up. Like, he's got to be included some way, somehow. But they started 2 businesses, with more coming, that we got our first distribution checks during that immersion, which you've probably seen the pictures of Paul and myself. We put them on our Instagram at one time or another. And it was an amazing experience that we were able to receive a check from our 2 mentors, 3 mentors, I guess you could say, that we just get to keep and hold on to as seed money for the rest of our time that we're a part of this. And obviously we could cash it, but it's not really worth cashing. It's more about holding on to it, keeping the memento of showing that we are business partners with them, and we've actually gotten a check out of these companies that have been started. So it's an amazing experience. And for anybody who didn't join and squat up last year, I'm sorry for you. I really am. Like, I'm just kind of disappointed in you. Should have taken that leap on yourself. And for the 200 plus that maybe did get turned down, there's always this year. And always try to hop back in this year. But yeah, it's an amazing experience, and I wish more people get a chance to experience it. But it is a closed group, and they gotta accept you, which we were very grateful and humbled whenever we found out we made it in. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
It is. Yeah, I would say if you guys ever have the opportunity to invest in a mentorship for something you're interested in, jump into it, get a mentor, make sure that it's community based so that, you know, if you have issues or you need help, you have somebody to reach out to, somebody that can always help. And it'll make being an entrepreneur and being a business owner a lot easier on you because you're around people that are doing the same thing, right? So you run into issues, I can call Mike and say, hey, Mike, this happened today. I didn't know what to do. I kind of, you know, dropped the ball. How would you do it differently? And he's always there to help. So you guys need to take advantage of that. But in the meantime, I need you to like, comment, and subscribe. All right. I need you to let us know what you guys want to see. If there's some type of content that we're not covering that you guys want to know about, let us know. And more importantly, if you want to work with us, DM me on Instagram. I'm Paul's Investing. Mike is Mike's REI Roots. Let us know what you guys want to see. And if you have a deal you want to submit, we can help you sell it, whatever the case may be. We're buying in Texas right now. I need you to send me your Austin, Texas, and San Antonio deals. We're actively buying bigger property. We're trying to do fix and flips. And also doing some group homes, which we're really excited about in the great state of Texas. So if you have a deal in Texas, you have a deal in Florida, we'd love to take a look at it. And
Charleston, South Carolina. Let's go. I know there's more people in Charleston that are doing real estate, wholesaling. Send your deals to me. I have the buyers who want to buy them. Please, let's go.
Let's do business. Let's break bread.
We're really good on Dispo. We have some really great capital partners that we can send your deals to, or if we like them, we'll take them down ourselves. So send those deals over. And as always, keep making it happen. Keep grinding, because the more effort you put in now, the more it'll pay off down the road. And I promise you that it seems like it's terrible and that there's no way for it to get better. Trust me, I've been there. Paul's been there. It will get better if you keep going. The only time you will ever fail is if you stop. Yeah, I'm looking directly at you. Write that down. Write that down. Yes. But that's all for me, folks. Paul, get us the hell out of here.
Immerse yourself. Better yourself. Become 1% better every day. And in the course of 5 years, you won't even recognize the monster in the mirror. We love you. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a great day. Make it happen Monday!